Omniscience. Everyone you will ever meet knows something you don't. Bill Nye. The quote above is obviously a joke. With absolute right come absolute knowledge. Per definition, the king knows everything, and he must never hold back from admonish, teach or correct the servants. However, there will be times when the king does not have the necessary knowledge to be able to admonish, teach or correct. Should the king then refrain from doing this? Of course not. If the king does not have the professional knowledge, the king must always create analogies and references to random subjects that suit his needs. Can the working environment be compared to bacterial cultures in a hot dog cart, curling parents, or the number of satellites in space? Yes, of course it can be compared. The king can advantageously speak so generally that no specific things can be used as reference anchor points by the servants. In this way, power arises in the doubts that are created around the conversation, and no one will be able to direct questions to the king in his exhortation. If the king is an able king, he uses a highly philosophical language with high-flying analogies that will never be able to be interpreted accordingly to the current situation with complete accuracy. In this way, the king obtains his conversational immunity, and the servants must bend the neck. What a royal eloquence! If the servants are using rhetorical language as resistance, for example to conjure an ambiguous image of the king's potential fallacies, the king will always be able to command a situation where the king is right. This is included with the leadership position, but must be used as a last resort. It is far more productive to diminish the servants first, before the king determinately follows through with definitively correcting the servants concerned. The king must be aware of implementing correct crossing transactions when he admonishes his servants, then otherwise the admonishment may lose some of its power. As the word implies, something must be offset for the transaction to be suitable downward. In the old days, the servants sat on his knees before the king, for the effect to come to its full potential. This is perhaps a bit old-fashioned, but of course it shouldn't be excluded. Modern day tables with adjustable height are an ace in this context, as they allow the king to always place the servants in a seated position while standing up himself. Unconsciously, the servants are placed under the king, and the admonishment can then take place. As a house rule, you must always talk down to the servants, because talking with servants at eye level confuses the servants to think they are the king's equals. Yes, what a self-illusion that exists at the bottom of the organization.